Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Candy Coated Conversations with your girl Candace. And joining me is Tamika Heavy on the Scott. Tamika, are you there? Tamika may be caught up doing something. You guys let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me, just making sure. Yes, no, maybe. Yes. Okay, good, Katina. Thank you. Okay. Welcome, you guys. Let me see who's in here early, Burton. Look, y'all like this later time. Y'all like Candy was making us do too much work coming in early like that. Hey, Katina. Hey, Babs. Let's see. Hey, Voracious One. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Voracious One, I'm so sorry I missed Bible study tonight. And I had every intention on going too, but I fell asleep. Sorry. Look, you know I'm gonna be there on Sunday. Look, I'm guaranteed on Sunday. I'm guaranteed. But welcome, you guys. So let's see. We have some conversation to get into. Now, of course, to start it off, let's get it. Because look, yesterday was a little deep, y'all. When I got off, I felt a little sad. I felt a little down. Now I think I'm about to get angry because,
Candy.
hey,
Hi, Candy. Hi, chat.
hey, girl. So look, I'm about to go through and you guys, it is already started. We're going to just do a couple hot topics and then we're going to get into, our chat for the day. So let me just get ready to share my screen. And once again, hope you guys had a great day. It is hump day. We are almost through the week, y'all. Um, and hope you guys are making it on through. Let me get these pulled up. Da, 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 da. So the shenanigans have already started, y'all. Shenanigans have already started, and we knew it was going to happen. But it's they waste no time. The racists and the bigots, they waste no time. So let's get into these hot topics. Some fun. Some we can laugh at. But let's get started with this. So it looks like Joe Biden came on and spoke to the people. So let's see what Joe had to say, you guys.
I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. It's the best way to unite our nation. There is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices, fresh voices, yes, younger voices. And that time and place is now. I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my
And his wife, that's what he says. And then his wife, Jill, posts, to those who never wavered, to those who refused to doubt, to those who always believed, my heart is full of gratitude. Thank you for the trust you put in Joe. Now it's time to put that trust in Kamala. Love, Jill. Okay. So it says he spoke passionately about his love for his job and all he has been able to accomplish in 3.5 years. He said, I've given my heart and soul to our nation. I rever the office, but I love my country more. Okay. All right. Thank you for that, Joe. Now let's see. What else are we getting? I can't wait to get into that clip. Now, here I say, let me get with this, with the shenanigans. I think I'm gonna
And she
get to
sits
all
down in an interview
serious
and says,
stuff.
"Do you want to fund ICE? Where do you stand on Medicare for all? Why didn't you show up? The most recent decision already you got a question. She will not show up for the Prime Minister's joint session of Congress today. She'd rather address in the summer a sorority, a college sorority, like she can't get out of that.
A
So
colored
that's her
sorority.
decision, and that's her decision to back up the
And how about the
protesters.
border? When they ask her about the border, I haven't been to Europe either. Remember, she said that.
Interview. When she sits down in an interview and says, "Do you want to fund ICE? Where do you?"
And to the sisters of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, I thank you for your incredible service to our nation as well. You know, I know who we all are, I know who is here, and I know, therefore, that we share a vision for the future of our nation. A future where every person has the opportunity not just to get by, but to get ahead. A future of social justice, health justice, economic justice, just as you have laid out in this year's theme. Ours is a vision of a future in which we realize the promise of America. And I deeply believe in the promise of America. And to the sisters.
Now, you know what, you guys? Before I go to the next slide in this, where that man said, oh, she'd rather be speaking to a sorority, a colored sorority. Okay? Look, Kamala played it smart. She needs those young women to back her. So why would she back out at the very last minute? I'm sure that's been planned well before this was announced. Why would she back out? The smart thing to do is to go, because all of those young women there, she needs them. Is it just me, or is that just not obvious? See, they're going to want to create things and create narratives and things like that when the smart thing for her to do was be there. That's my opinion. Okay, so let's see here. So someone said, in their tagging the guy who said that, FYI, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Inc. is not some colored sorority. It's a 104-year-old organization of college-educated women with a long history of scholarship and service. You sound foolish and racist trying to mock VP Harris because she chose to honor her commitment to speak. Absolutely. Somebody said, just you wait until all those colored sororities show up. Keep underestimating us. Okay, I love that picture. Okay. Someone else said, he really said a colored sorority on national television. These people are desperate and disgusting with their racism. Somebody else said, first it was black job, now it's a colored sorority. Dear Fox and Fools, this only strengthens us. Dems United. Okay, what else we have here? Somebody else said, all y'all out here now telling us to unhear colored and hear college instead are full of ish. The man said colored. Just own it if you're going to defend it. He said colored. Because they're trying to lie and say that, oh, he said college. No, he said colored. He clearly said colored. Somebody said he said colored. College sorority is redundant and them trying to save face. No need to belabor it. The historically and predominantly black sorority MVP Harris has long been scheduled to address today is Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Inc. It's our annual boule. And regarding that Fox News clip, the only thing colored is our para. Thanks, MVP. Okay. So that was a little crazy. Very crazy. Hey, Sade. Hey, Gangsta Granny. Glad you caught us too.
Hey, Sade. Hey, Gangsta Granny. Hey, Babs. Hey, Katina. B1.
Yeah. So let's see. So that was the number one of it. Now let me find this other one where he was so disrespectful. See, I got to see where I find it. See, this is where everybody has different things. But I definitely want to get into this one. Because y'all know that I didn't listen to it. I just saw it. Some girl made some hot to a song. I probably ain't even saying that right. Some hot to a song. And honestly, the song was about giving oral. And you should have just seen the Oh, I know where I saw it. Hold on, it was at a different thing. On the shade room here. Let me find it, you guys. What have you been seeing around today, Tamika?
My eyelids shut.
Oh, you've been just sleeping all day. Look, I get it. Sure, I ain't mad at it. Let me see. Let me see. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to just get to where. Um, I wish I could put folders on Instagram. Watch me find out you can some type of way. Uh, anyways, I'm gonna skip it till I get to it. Because I may found it. So let's see. I'm gonna go back here. Look, Safari says BBLs are officially expired and retired. Hit the gym, ladies. It's a new era. Okay, y'all think that our BBLs over with? Seem like they like them still. Okay, so now we talked a little bit, and this was a little sad. But Sonia Massey's son Malachi Hill shares the moment he found out about his mother being, what happened.
I got a call from the hospital, actually. I never got a call from the police or whatever. But they told me that my mom, she had got shot in the eye and it came out her neck. And they didn't tell me who. They were just saying somebody. They never would tell me who. They just kept on saying someone shot her. They would never tell me who shot my mom, though. So, and I think I was the first person to find it out, too. I had to go tell my grandma myself. That's all I can say.
And you kept asking who?
Yeah, they wouldn't tell me at all. Well, they told me, well, I got a call from the hospital, actually. I never got a call from the police.
You see, they didn't want to take responsibility from the start for this woman's unaliving at all. No responsibility. So I saw something else here that I want to go into. Okay, look at this. It says Trump campaign files complaint with the Federal Election Commission to prevent the Biden campaign from transferring funds to the Harris campaign. So it says, though it's still early in Vice President Kamala Harris's presidential campaign, there have been record-breaking fundraising numbers as the support of her increases. However, members from the Trump campaign have recently filed a Federal Election Commission (FEC) complaint to prevent funds from being transferred from the Biden campaign to Harris's campaign. According to CNN, the complaint was filed on Tuesday by the Trump campaign's general counsel, David Warrington, who argued that transferring the funds would lead to little more than a thinly veiled $91.5 million excessive contribution from one presidential candidate to another. In the complaint, which is against Biden Harris, the Biden campaign, and campaign treasurer Kiana Spencer, Warrington continued to state Kamala Harris is seeking to perpetrate a $91.5 million heist of Joe Biden's leftover campaign cash, a brazen money grab that would constitute the single largest excessive contribution and biggest violation in the history of the Federal Election Campaign Act of 1971 as amended. Charles Kretschmer Lutbeck, the spokesman for Harris' campaign, responded and said, Republicans may be jealous that Democrats are energized to defeat Donald Trump and his MAGA allies, but baseless legal claims like the ones they've made for years to try to suppress votes and steal elections will only distract them while we sign up volunteers, talk to voters, and win this election. And it's so crazy because in her own right, she's got, honestly, let me do the count. Didn't they say yesterday that she's already up to 84 something million herself? So she's almost got this amount that Joe has already in days. In days. So what are you guys talking about? Y'all just don't want her to have that too? But it's not like in days she's almost got this amount anyways. So I mean, hopefully she can get it. Hopefully it's still for the Democratic Party. Who knows? Let's see. Um, Look, Tyler Perry talks about not letting critics stop him from telling his stories. I know for a fact that what I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me go in again so we can get it from the top.
You never allowed that criticism
And
to
this is
stop
his
you from
interview
being
with
able to have
Kiki.
your authentic voice as an artist, because it does get
Oh, what happened, y'all? Hold on. Let me go back. Let me get it back.
criticism to stop you from being able to have your authentic voice as an artist, because it does get really difficult.
Yeah, but what? No, 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 no. You got to drown all of that out, because if you let somebody talk you out of a place that God has put you in, you are going to find yourself in hell. I know for a fact that what I'm doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, because for everyone who is a critic, I have thousands of used to be emails from people saying, this changed my life. Oh my God, you know me. Oh my God, you saw me. How did you know this about my life, my family? So that is what is important to me. We're talking a large portion of my fans who are disenfranchised, who cannot get in the Volvo and go to therapy on the weekend. So you've got this highbrow Negro who is all up in the air with his nose up looking at everything. And then you got people like where I come from and me who are grinders, who really know what it's like, whose mothers and who were caregivers for white kids and were maids and housekeepers and all of these beauticians. That don't discount these people and say that their story don't matter. Who are you to be able to say which Black story is important or should be told? Get out of here with that bullshit.
Yes, and that is what we come up against. It's like you said, the respectability politics that we're always pushing up against. Love that you never allowed that criticism to stop you from being able to have your authentic voice as an artist. Because
what do y'all think about that? Because put it in the chat. Because I don't know why, after all these years, why y'all worried about what Tyler Perry's putting out? From his plays to his movies, people go see them. He has his crowd. Why are y'all trying to act like he's going to change anything just because you think he should do something different? Tyler Perry's going to do what Tyler Perry has always done. Tyler Perry going to put his name on it. Tyler Perry's going to have his name on that. He's going to write or look, allegedly take the stories from other people that he find that fits his genre of movie, and people are going to watch it. So as much as people complained about that movie, like they do every movie that he puts out, let's be for real, people are still watching. He has his crowd. Leave it alone. It doesn't make any sense to just keep going on and on about it when he's proven himself in this business. So I just think that's senseless to just keep going on and on about it, when I hear these little stories about them trying to get on Tyler Perry about his movies and things like that. Go ahead.
When his writing style never changed.
Never.
That he has put out, yes, it was your ordinary movie, but it's also someone's ordinary life too. So it's just like movies, his books, like everything just blends in, but he never changed his style. He came out with the same style as in the plays, because he started off doing the plays, and the plays started to blend in all together for real, but we knew that was Tyler Perry's style. That was his writing style.
Yeah. He hasn't changed up at all. So it's like, if you don't like his movies, why are you watching? Why is that bothering you? Why aren't there other filmmakers that you're supporting because you like what they do? I wouldn't go and see, if there was an actor that I knew I didn't like their acting, I don't watch their movies. It really is just that simple. It really, really is. It's just that simple. Okay, what else do we have here? Because we want to get into our topic of the day. And we're taking this topic from yesterday. Remember how we said, so we're getting into some that we talked about yesterday. Remember how we started talking about Black women in older Black women, younger Black women in the workplace, and them not getting along, or people just kind of villainizing having a Black female supervisor. I don't understand what that's about, So it says, Now, look, here's some more little topics. So here it says 58-year-old concert arena security guard says Chris Brown's crew left him with a cracked vertebrae in his neck after he tried to stop them from allegedly beating up four men. Also says he heard Chris Brown tell his crew, F him up. Y'all think this is a money grab? I think in order for him to do this, something transpired, but is is Chris really the person that did it, or is Chris just the one with the money? So of course you want to put it on him. F him up. So it says, looks like Chris Brown and Yellow Breezy are facing yet another lawsuit on top of the 50 million one. This time from the security guard that was mixed in drama the night when he was on duty when a major brawl broke out backstage with the orders allegedly given by Chris himself. Oh, did we mention the lawsuit is worth 15 million? According to TMZ, Frederick R. Overpeck says he was working as a security guard at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth on July 20th when he was specifically instructed to work the backstage meet and greet where the alleged tussle took place, child. Now, here's the tea. Four guys who apparently were invited to Chris's VIP experience after the show claimed that the 1111 singer recognized them as former ops and instructed his goons, including the That's On Me rapper Yellow Breezy, to F them up. The security guards describes the scene as a prison yard beatdown. Overpeck even claims he witnessed a 300-pound henchman smush one of the guys like a bug and says when he tried to step in, he was punched and kicked from Breezy's gang, which left the hardworking 58-year-old with a cracked vertebrae in his neck and a severely injured hip. Come on now, y'all. We supposed to be spreading music and love, not stomps and broken necks. Look, y'all think that's true?
I felt like it was exaggerated.
I definitely do. And they're not even mentioning when did this supposedly take place. Doesn't say. Somebody in the comments said that's probably the same security guard that let them back in there in the first place. Leave Chris alone. I don't believe that. Chris didn't do that. Now here's a rapper that's coming out that she's pregnant. She had a song that I liked. Y'all recognize her? Callie?
No, was she's an actress?
She had that song, she's a rapper. She had that song Area Codes. So, anyways. Da, 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 da. Now look at this. This is shameful. I'm gonna do this last one and then we get into this. No, I got two more. But look at this one. This one is pitiful, y'all. This one's pitiful. Listen to this. It says newly signed NFL player Keon Coleman has a hard time signing his multi-million-dollar contract. Which signature am I putting? My whole name, or can I just sign this thing? Oh Lord, he too dumb to have all this money. His family gonna take it all.
Great, thank you. I got a question. Which signature am I put my whole name or can I just sign this?
Whichever way you want to sign it.
I'm saying like I'm signing the autograph or like.
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't sign the autograph or put my whole name. Like,
this man is about to get millions. So he doesn't even know what a signature is.
You're just big guy. Perfect. You're great. Thank you.
Is that pitiful or is it just me? This man is signing and getting ready to get millions deposited into his bank account. He don't even know what a signature is. I know they were shamed, like, but he plays good football. We still gonna take him. Oh Lord. Okay. So now let's look at this last one before we get to our discussion. So it says the man arrested for unaliving Sonia Massey was previously discharged from the. Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. I knew it. I knew it, you guys. The whole time we were having our discussion yesterday, I didn't want to offend. I never want to offend any ex-military or, hey, Gigi, any ex-military or, MPs and things like that, because we know that there's good. But I knew I was about to say it yesterday. I said, I bet you that man is ex-military, was probably MP. And sure enough, he was. So a lot of them, as with a lot of these cops, are unhinged. So he's, oh my God. I hate to find out I was right about that. Says was previously discharged from the army for serious misconduct. Why would you even, if you were discharged, dishonorably discharged, sounds like, from the military, why should you even be allowed to be a cop? Was still hired by multiple police departments despite this. It says documents obtained from the Kincaid Police Department, where Grayson previously worked, note that he was discharged in 2016 for misconduct, serious offense, at the Fort Riley Army installation in Kansas. Army officials confirmed Grayson was a wheeled vehicle mechanic from May 2014 to February 2016, but declined to provide further details about his discharge. The Privacy Act in Department of Defense policy prevents us from releasing information relating to the misconduct of low-level employees or characterization of service at discharge, Army spokesman Bryce S. Doobie wrote in an email. Officials at Fort Riley did not return voicemails seeking comment. And the thing of it is, it had to be serious for the Army to kick you out. They're not just going to kick you out. They're going to do a whole lot of things before they just kick you out of the Army.
Hey, Gold Digger.
Hey, Gold Digger. This is just outrageous. Outrageous. But we already knew that. So now let's get into this before we get to our topic, because every day I see that these are broken down into segments. So I thought that would be perfect for us that are learning about this. So we're going to do, I want to give a shout out to Hottest Summer. She told us about this channel yesterday. And I want to shout out the channel, Two Tired Black Parents, for their work and for helping us learn about this. So we're just going to play probably every day until it's done. We'll play a little segment about that they have about Project 25. So let's listen to the first one, which is an introduction to Project 25. Now, I don't know, depending on how it's going, I may do two, because they're not long segments, and I appreciate them for doing that, because, you know, after a while people tend to tune out to the information. So let's go here. This is the introduction to this. Let me do the sound a little bit. Okay, and let's get into it. So this is an introduction to Project 2025. So hope you guys don't mind these too much, but we're trying to learn here.
Formerly known as the Presidential Transition Project, represents a pivotal initiative spearheaded by the Heritage Foundation aimed at fundamentally reshaping the landscape of the United States federal government. Founded in 2022 against the backdrop of evolving political dynamics and ideological shifts within the conservative movement, this project stands as a comprehensive blueprint for potential governance should the Republican Party secure victory in the 2024 presidential election. Beginnings at the Heritage Foundation. Since its founding in 1973, the Heritage Foundation has been a well-known conservative think tank that influences American policy, promoting classic conservative ideals. Limited government, free market, and individual liberty are essential components of its goal. Heritage has released some important studies and policies suggestions throughout the years, such as the Mandate for Leadership series, which usually falls around presidential elections, often referred to as a policy Bible. This series provides comprehensive policy agendas that are in keeping with conservative values for incoming administrations. The newest edition of Heritage Mandate for Leadership series, Project 2025, reflects a deliberate attempt to institutionalize what President Kevin Roberts of Heritage has dubbed Trumpism in the federal government. Beginning in 2022, the project is a calculated reaction to perceived threats to conservative governance under the Trump administration, especially in light of resistance from firmly established bureaucracy, interests, and legal challenges to execute orders. Objectives and goals. Project 2025 key objectives are to redefine the federal government's function and reach in several different areas. These objectives are supported by a vision to realign government operations with conservative values and to transform the political landscape in a variety of domains, including social policy, national security, healthcare, and taxation. Restructuring government employees and management. Reclassifying tens of thousands of federal civil service posts as political appointees is a key component of Project 2025's approach. The purpose of this action is to replace current employees with people who are thought to share conservative values and be devoted to the objectives of the new administration.
You guys hear that? In Project 2025, they want to take jobs away from people that have already had these jobs, have been, working these jobs for years, and to give them to people that um, are Republican and conservative. So, if you've been working at your job for 15 years and you want to retire in 20 or 25, they're going to take your job from you. You won't have the opportunity to, retire like you thought you would. And they're going to give the jobs to people that they want to hold the jobs. Okay? So that's very important, especially, with all the things that we're going to learn from this project, it's going to be from all sectors that they want to take your job and give it to a Republican who or conservative who they want to give it to. That's very important for people to realize. Because a lot of times people go under the assumption, oh, this is going to affect other people. No, this is going to affect you and your job and your livelihood.
Project seeks to improve executive authority over federal agencies and expedite decision-making processes by politicizing their responsibilities. This will help to overcome perceived bureaucracy, resistance, and foster ideological cohesiveness. Legislative and policy agenda. Project 2025 promotes a thorough legislative agenda to reduce what is considered to be overly intrusive government involvement in the social and economic domains. Proposal to reduce taxes, streamline regulatory frameworks, dissolve or reorganize government agencies, and update healthcare and education programs are all included in this. Proponents of the project contend that these actions are necessary to advance economic development, preserve individual liberties, and uphold what they view as fundamental principles of constitutional governance. Priorities for national security and law enforcement. The initiative lays out strong national security measures with a focus on improved border security, immigration reform, and a review of law enforcement procedures. It presents sweeping reforms to the FBI, the Department of Justice, and
look, Hispanics, you better listen up. He's going to have more of your children in cages and in these camps and things of this nature because he's still on this border stuff. And I'm not saying that doesn't need restructuring and reform and things like that, but the way that Trump was going about doing it, women and children in cages, come on now. Hey, MEP, who else did I miss? I said hey to Gigi. Okay. Let's go, you guys. Oh, and while I'm playing this, let me know if we should do, because they're short little things. I want everybody to be engaged in it and get it. So like I said, I don't want to bombard you with it. Do y'all want to do 2 of these episodes, or should we just save one, daily and just daily while we're chiming in? Hey, Flamingo, what would you guys do? Put a 1 in the chat if we should play 2 of these, a 2 if just do 1 a day, and we all learn about this. I'm going to get back to it.
And military find them as required to counter perceived threats to domestic security and national sovereignty. Social and cultural policy reforms. In terms of social policy, Project 2025 promotes a conservative agenda that calls for the abolition of affirmative action initiatives and restriction of abortion rights and the reduction of safeguards for the LGBTQ plus.
You guys hear that? Are you guys listening to that? They want to strip away all the affirmative actions that are in place. And keep in mind, people get so upset with affirmative action, and you have to realize, why was affirmative action? Why did we need that? Because you weren't giving equal jobs and opportunities to people of all races. That's why we needed that from the jump. Anyways, I wish people would realize that. But it's always someone that's underqualified, one to say that a Black person got that job because of affirmative action. Sir, you didn't have the degree to get that job, but the Black man or the Black woman did, and they were being overlooked. It's like, come on now. Y'all, this is the thing. Y'all, LGBTQ alphabet community, they coming for y'all too. So all of you need to mobilize and stand behind the person that's going to help keep your rights. Let me put this out there to you. Do you think the conservatives want to see you guys married to each other, same sex? Do y'all think they really want to see that? Do you think conservatives really want to see that? They're going to come for you. I have a cousin. I've shown her before. I don't know if it was on my show, but I have a same who married her same, married her wife this past weekend. Beautiful, gorgeous wedding. Do y'all want that undone? For people in we all have loved ones that, may be gay, lesbian, whatever, they need to be protected. There are laws in place for a reason because they weren't being treated fairly. The laws are there, protecting people are there for reasons. It's not just for nothing.
On people. It aims to incorporate Christian nationalism into governmental structures and policies, representing a larger cultural position that
What the hell is Christian nationalism? What is Christian nationalism? When you put nationalism about it, that sounded too much like some Hitler mess. That's what it sounded like to me. I don't like it. Okay.
upholds moral principles and traditional family values. Economic and environmental policies. From an economic standpoint, the project supports measures meant to lessen government involvement in the market.
Oh, let me hit it again in case y'all didn't hear me when y'all listen on the replay too. Traditional values. Traditional is not same sex. So y'all better get it together, and you better think about it.
Cut taxes and create an environment that encourages the expansion of businesses. It promotes deregulation in areas like energy and environmental protection, contending that doing so will boost employment and economic growth while opposing what is views as onerous environmental laws and climate change initiatives. Institutional and cultural impact. Project 2025 has important institutional and cultural ramifications for American governance in addition to its policy recommendation. It represents a calculated attempt to institutionalize and solidify a particular ideological agenda within the federal government, which could have a significant impact on judicial rulings, public views of government, legitimacy, and bureaucracy standards. Project 2025 is essentially a daring attempt by conservative forces to seize power inside the federal government and carry out revolutionary programs meant to realign governmental goals with conservative values. As it develops, the project provokes discussion on the nature of the executive branch, the function of government in society, and how to strike a balance between people's rights and their shared responsibilities. While detractors warn of authoritarian tendencies and the deterioration of democratic standards, supporters see it as an essential corrective to what they see as decades of progressive overreach. And that's your introduction. See you for chapter 1. Peace.
Okay, there's our introduction, you guys. So tomorrow on tomorrow's show, we'll listen to another segment. But it's Two Tired Parents. You definitely don't have to wait for us, but we're just kind of doing it together collectively as a group to learn about this so that we're all caught up, when the time comes and we know what's going on. So we'll be doing that daily. Okay, so let's get into our chat for today, y'all. Look, I heard y'all don't like having a black woman supervisor. Is that true? What's going on? I've been a black woman supervisor and I was a great supervisor. What is with these young? And the thing of it is, this is stemming from our talk that we had yesterday. So look, y'all hit that link. It's pinned at the top if you want to come up and give your opinion. If you've ever been on either side of this. So the big discussion is that a lot of younger black women state that they don't like having a black female boss because either she makes things hard on them and things like that. She's coming down on them, not friendly to them. And it's like, look, we just been talking about this in the last week, really. You go to work to work. You don't really go to work, for social to have friends and make friends. If you happen to make one or two good friends at the job, okay, because we all know it's nice to go into the job and you have someone, look, girl, look, this is what's happening, da 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 da. We all know that. And you eventually find your people where you're close to. But y'all got to realize these same people will throw you under the bus. So I think that the friendships should be limited. Even though I've made very good friends, through work and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's a dog eat dog world. And you have to realize that person will throw you under the bus when it comes down to your job or their job. So that's number one. Number two, why is look, let's be for real here. Most people don't like the supervisor. Most people don't like the boss. So I don't even know why this is a black woman thing. Because what I think and what I want to know is, if you're a young black woman going into a job, right? What are your expectations of your black female boss if you have a black female boss? And do you have the same if your boss was a white woman or a white man, would you have those same expectations? Because I'm having a hard time. I want someone to break down for me. I wish Venus was in here. Because I want somebody to break down what are the expectations at the job of a black woman supervisor that you're expecting. That's right. Well, and the thing of it is, Babs says, I would rather have a black woman. Which one was bad, but I got her. You got her fired? Did you get her fired, Babs?
I felt like that's
But that was just a genuinely bad boss. But if somebody is there and they kind of keep it strictly professional, what's wrong with that? And here's the thing. And look, I'm black. A lot of you in here listening are black, African American. We all know that at the job, if you let one thing slide, and you don't even have to be their supervisor, you can be strict coworkers. People will think that they can put extra tasks on you, extra responsibilities, and things like that are not yours because you're black and they're black. Has anyone encountered that? I have. So I am the first one. Like, I will admit that I am a person at work that I don't try to. I'm very nice. But I don't let you really get away with too much. And so I probably would be considered one. No, we don't want Candace. But no, I'm gonna always have you back. We're gonna, get it done and things like that. But no, you're not getting any type of special treatment. I would even have people that would try to get my phone number so that they could call me, befriend me, because they thought that it was gonna get them things. I can remember someone I was supervising once, and it was a young lady, and this wasn't even someone that was black. She was Hispanic. They would call me because you give your phone number, okay, call, touch base with me if you need me, if you're gonna be late, you're calling in, whatever's going on, So I had a separate cell phone that I would give that number out to, right? And it's like, people really think that they have your personal cell phone, when it's like, honey, I don't even use this phone. This is like strictly for doing work hours. I use this other phone, and it's just a number that I give out. But they would call me, they were new, I would talk to them, tell them tips and things like that to help them through things like that. But one day, in doing my job duties, I'm listening, to her calls and things like that. And she was rude. She was very rude to this lady and disrespectful. And don't think that just because I've spoken to you on the phone that I'm not going to discipline you and write you up, because I did. I said, okay, we have a meeting. And she really tried to avoid it. I said, get off the line now and come on, we're having a meeting. And yeah, I sent all that paperwork and I wrote that ass up quick. Because don't think that and that's not being mean, or that's you that had it fucked up, that thought we were friends. I never thought we were friends. I was nice to you and I was cordial to you. But this is work and we're not friends. So there's people that, get it messed up. But I'm just shocked at the whole specific being a black woman thing by other black women. Who has experienced this in any way? Yeah, I'm going to do my job.
Can y'all
Because
hear
when
me?
it comes down, when it comes down to something in a complaint, they're not going to be looking at you necessarily. They're
Can
going to
you
be
hear
looking
me?
at me. I can hear you. What's up? You ever experienced anything like this, Tamika?
Nah, go ahead. You can finish. You can finish. You can finish.
No, I'm finished. No.
What you say?
Okay, Beth said the problem is they think because they're black they can do or say anything. That's right. Or that you can talk to me and talk to me about anything and just really talk to me like I'm your friend. Voracious, what have you experienced in this situation?
I
And
don't
on what end? Or what do you do? What about you, Tamika?
I
Wait.
don't think it's about race. I mainly think that is about the person that's supervising you and the person that's receiving either the discipline or the praise. Now, I was security before I got this job. I was a security officer for about 5, 6 years, maybe even more than that, because I started at 19.
Mm-hmm.
Within that position, I had held about 3 sergeant positions. I did.
Mm-hmm.
My main thing wasn't from the young girls, maybe because I was young. So it was just like I had identified with them. But what I had to understand is work is work, business is business. Now, I have a Caucasian supervisor, and at first I thought that she didn't like us black people, because I felt like she was doing certain things to the other race until we had a meeting. And, like we just had to get to understand her, which it wasn't that what we were alluding to. So all of that just to say, I don't think that it's about race. I think that now in society, everything is about race. So that's the way people are taking it. But in
Mm-hmm.
my experience, I don't think it was about race at all, because I held that position. And I'm like, a whole lot of people get business mixed up with personal. Like you said, like the girl, she had your phone number, which she thought was your personal phone number. Well, look, that's mixing personal with business. And like
Mm-hmm.
she she didn't understand where it actually originates from. Now, me and my supervisor now, we are close. But when we in the workplace, I ain't just talked to you 5 minutes ago on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that with her. So it's all about boundaries and knowing, your position.
Yes. And it's like they have to realize, and I'm talking about um people that are being that have they have to realize they have to deal with so much more, and they're not only responsible for you but many other people. So it's like, yeah, you know I guess maybe it's an aspect of, oh, I feel like, Venus, get up here because we need to have your views as a young woman um who has experienced having a black female boss and not feeling like it was a good experience. So but you have to realize that they're supervising you among many, and it really can't be about race, even though there are some times where you're like, um dang, I see this young black woman. I see potential in her, and I would love to take her under my wing, but you can't do it for everybody. And then there are times when you can take somebody under your wing and they let you down, and then professionally it looks bad on you because people are looking at you like, oh wow, I thought you were kind of like her mentor. What happened? And then they're looking at you. And all it takes is for one experience to have people thinking that your word isn't as good as they thought it was because, oh, look what happened with this employee, and look, she was uh stealing out the thing. You know, anything. I'm just making up anything that could have happened on the job, but they want to look at you like, dang, weren't you working closely with Tanisha? What happened? So let me go through these comments.
It's more of a low dig.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I think that that's more of a low dig. Like when the other co-workers say, "Oh, well, I thought she was your mentor," and things like that. I feel like that doesn't go towards that supervisor. I mean, you may have been helping that person. Now, it was the other person that took your help in a different way, which was more, you know what I mean? Like the way I look at you maybe not be the way that you look at me. So you was looking at that person as I am your supervisor, when the other person was looking like, no, but I thought that you was my friend, when your supervisor should never be your friend.
Yeah. So let's see what kind of comments we have. So MEP says, my supervisor is not my friend. And I know you may experience a lot of things like this, MEP, especially, I believe, working with the union. You may think that, you may be doing things on a professional level and people may have different expectations because you're friendly and they think that, oh, I can get this out of her or she'll do this for me or that for me. And it's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do my job and I'm going to go above and beyond to help you, but don't have those type of expectations just because I'm black and you're black, you know? So Babs says, which let me also add, that's a misconception that a lot of other races think about black people, that we're, oh, they giving favors, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I
Yeah.
don't know why y'all always think that about black people, that we're doing that when y'all the biggest ones that commit acts of nepotism and favors and this and that. And oh, let me hire my sorority sister's kid. They just graduated college. Yeah, I know they don't have any experience and this person does, but let me just give them a handout. I don't understand why that those type of things are always put on black people when there are others that are the biggest offenders of things like this. Bab said, when I was a manager, they tried me a lot and I wasn't going for the disrespect. Voracious One said, I had an 85% black staff of people who came to work to hang out. When it came time for me to discipline, it was like they were appalled. And yes, and because they're like, me? You're going to write me up, or I'm getting in trouble, or I'm getting a verbal or warrant. It's like, yes, you're not working. And see, and this is the part that I hate, that why is this being stated like it's a black woman issue or negative on black women when we're the supervisors? It's like, I thought everybody hated the supervisors, or really like, yeah, I don't really like, it used to be a time when it was the workers versus the supervisors, and the workers stood together and the supervisors, yeah, okay, whatever. But now it's like, to see this turn, especially pinpointing black female bosses, I think that's crazy. Hey, Venus.
Hey,
Venus said,
Virgo.
I'm walking outside, but I'll say this. They were very like rude, distance, only 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 one an ounce of tough love. I've had two not good experiences. Well, see, but this is what I want to ask, if you can answer. I know you're out walking. When you got the job and you found out, oh, my supervisor's black, did you have automatic expectations of him or her? Because
Because
go ahead.
I don't want to keep cutting you off, Candy, because I
No,
feel
no, I was just done. You're actually just starting to talk when I'm ending, so that's all the only thing that's happening. Go ahead.
Dane, go ahead, because I love.
No, I was just asking Venus, I wanted to know, what are the expectations? Like when you get hired and you see, oh, my direct supervisor is black, are there expectations? Because I never have any. I'm just like, we just gonna see how this goes. Let's see what's up. I just don't. Okay, Voracious One said, business is business for me, and I really don't go to work to make friends. Even though there's always one person I am befriend. Yes, like I always find that there are eventually there's one or two people that I um come to really respect and like, and we actually do become genuine, genuinely friendly and things like that, to where I would talk to you outside of work or something like that. In these days and ages, it's kind of different, a lot of remote and things like that, and you don't really get to know them. Hey Virgo, welcome, welcome. So it's just a little different in this day and age. Like you guys know, like I've had this whole schedule thing and everything. Hey, that's what they said because of a new job. And I'm having a very different experience because honestly, I work remotely, but I've never trained remotely. So this is a little different for me, But it's working out okay, just fine. But it does tend to be a little different because honestly, I, unless you put your picture up, which a lot of people do, I don't even know what the race of the person is who I'm working with, to be honest with you. It's just like, let's just do it, and you don't have that real communication that you did when you were in office with people. So that's a little different. So hard to speak on it. So Venus said they talk down to me even when I displayed that I'm trying 90% of the time. Okay. Well, you know what? With that, I have to respect your opinion on it, because if you feel like they were talking down to you, okay, that's how you felt, and you have to respect people's feelings. But if you think about it a little bit, were you being directed? Because sometimes I know that it can just be, okay, dang, I was doing my best and I'm still doing it wrong. And you might sometimes, and I'm not saying this is you, Venus, but you may be like, dang, I was really trying, and they could have told me I was doing a good job, or I wish they had noticed that I was really trying my best. And maybe you just didn't get the confirmation or the accolades in the situation that you thought you should have gotten or could have gotten. But it's just a hard thing to judge. So let's see. Katina said, I agree. Got to keep professional. Venus says, I don't have my mic on my headphones, or I would come up. Yes. So Venus said she was excited. So you were excited. Hey T.
Who is this? Because they got me blocked on YouTube on my chat. I can't see him from my chat, but I can see it on StreamYard.
Oh, this baby person?
Yeah, I was about to block him.
Yeah. No, that's not what we're doing over here, baby. I mean, you can come over here and have I had to ban them in their comment, because let me tell you something. You can come over. I think anybody should know this by now. You can come over here, you can have a different opinion, but you're going to be able to, if you have an opposing opinion, you need to be able to articulate it, because we have conversations over here. So don't come over here with any name calling or this or that. If you can't articulate your point, honestly, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the one-liners or the name calling or anything like that. That's not what Candy Coded Conversations is about. So opposing views all day, that's fine. Everybody has different opinions. But if you can't articulate beyond name calling, you got to get on out of here. So goodbye. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's right. And I got rid of him, Venus. So Gold Digger says, oh my God, years ago I worked with an older Hispanic woman. I worked with an older Hispanic woman. She looked for anything to get me fired. Come to find out, she didn't like me as a black woman. Why? Her husband had an affair with a black woman. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And let me ask you a question, Gold Digger. Aren't you half Hispanic? Like people do things and not realizing you can't. I'm part of you too. I could be wrong, but I think you may have mentioned it before. Babs says, I had a lot of bad supervisors who were awful and were white. That's right. That's right. And Katina said, people think you're going to take it easy on them. Okay. Venus said, I was excited when I heard I had a boss who was black. Yes. Okay. And let's see. Oh, and Gold Digger said, yes, I am, but she did not recognize me as a Hispanic woman. Mm-hmm. Take over for just a second, Tamika.
Yeah, sure. You want me to take over the conversation or just wait for you to come back with the conversation? But go back to Gold Digger comment. Go. I know that you experience that a lot. Like people probably mistake you as being fully black when you're, half and half. Correct? I believe you're half and half. But I feel like in most cases of this, when you have like even a Caucasian super, like it could be anybody. It don't even have to be even like a supervisor, but you you will have like a Caucasian person that you may be cool with, and they may show black qualities. I'm not saying that I do this, but I do see this a lot when they'll be like, "Oh, well, you act black, so you know this and that." Like something how Callie does Gretchen, basically on like baddies. Like she give her a like pass because she has black kids. Like I feel like with race, that's why I don't like talking about race because I just be like, I can't relate. Hey, Tita Weeda, welcome. And with some supervisors that don't know how to talk about people, I mean, talk to people, I feel like that it could be any race that just don't know. Like they could be battling something at home. Now, I did have bad supervisors, males. I had bad male supervisors. I had bad women supervisors. Each one was bad for me. But I mean, I just found a new job after that. I always escape the bad energy. Gold Digger said that she saw me as a threat and took it to an unprofessional level. The workplace is business and not a place where personal bias should transpire. And I agree with that. I really agree with that. Like I said before, some people they'll just bring their personal issues to the job place, and then like it to me it's a ripple effect. Like the way you come in to work, like if you come in a bad mood, you won't make everybody else have a bad mood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it will be, hey Tita, sometimes it will be the worst employees that are mad when you
Yeah.
have to discipline them. Don't put that on me as a black woman because I have to discipline you. You came to work, you called out 3 times this week.
Yeah, yeah. Or I don't
It's like I'm a mother and I'm sympathetic if you have childcare issues. But if you have childcare issues that you didn't take care of, you knew you had a child, you had to set something up. You know what I'm saying? Why
Yeah.
did you not do that? The job cannot take responsibility for everything. It's like, okay, I tried to ride with you, but I got to write you up for some of these absences. It's getting outrageous. Now they're looking at me. I've been trying to cover for you. Things like this. I just don't
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a legitimate reason to why, dang. But I just feel like you shouldn't put that as a black woman issue. It's just that me and this person are not getting along and we don't have a meeting of the minds and we can't coexist even in the workplace. Hey, Lady Couture, how you doing? Look at Babs. Babs, girl. Babs talking about also, oh, this is other people. Yes. I thought you, for a second, I thought you said you was calling in all the time, Babs. Okay, Babs said that she was dealing with people calling in all the time.
Yeah, or complaining about a job that you get paid to do. Like, oh my gosh, why do I have to do this because we didn't have to do it like last week? I hate that because I'd be like, well, how the hell you getting your paycheck? Because like you are getting paid to do their job. Like you have to do their job. Like stop complaining. I hate that. Oh, I really hated that. Like, girl, I didn't make up these rules. I'm just here to implement the rules.
Right.
That's it. I'm
Exactly.
here
It's
to
like, these ain't my rules.
implement
Look, if
my
I had my way, look, You go put the baby down real quick, but I can't do that. Shoot.
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with me.
Nothing to do with me.
3 points if you call off. So you fell within the 3 points, honey. You should have saved one of them damn points. Sorry. Venus said the white supervisors always favor biracial women over me to be heard, but it made sense because those biracial had white moms, so them white supervisors treated them, at least in my workplace, as their own. Venus, it sounds like you worked in a hostile environment, girl.
Yeah, where was you working?
Where was you working, girl? Where was you working? Miss Babs goes to say they were all white heavy but one. Katina said, and it's always the same people that has a problem. Yes, always the same people that has the problem, complaining about the problem, like complaining about the same thing. I cannot listen to somebody that complains about the same thing every day. I have to like at least like pull away from it because my anxiety not set away. It's not like that.
Hmm. Okay, so what other thoughts you guys have about having Lady Couture? You just came in. Have you ever had a um a black female supervisor? And how was your experience? MEP said some of my supervisors would find an empty office for the kids. And you know what? That's something that I've always hated because, I'm a mom too, and we know, I don't know, we're mothers. We know things can happen. And I've always hated when I saw a young lady or anyone, even a coworker that had trouble like that because they were trying to be self-sufficient, take care of their kids, but just did not have dependable people, to watch their kids, and then you kind of eventually look up and then they're gone or whatever because they didn't, I always felt bad about that, but yeah.
Miss Bap said, Candy, I had one that called in the night before to wait to say she wasn't coming in the next night. She was sick and forgot she called in and came into work the next day. She was drunk and forgot. So she called in late. But wait, what I called in the night before. Said she wasn't coming in the next day. I think she meant she was sick and forgot she had called in and came to work. So dang, really she was drunk and called out and still
Ooh,
came to work.
forgot. Read Lady Couture's comment because this is a good one right here.
Lady Couture said that my program manager and supervisor are both black. Love, love, love them both. However, the white case managers think we get favoritism.
And that's another thing that you brought into the discussion, Lady Couture. A lot of people think when you see that there are multiple black women either there on the team, they think there's some favoritism going on, especially when it's going well and the team is
Yeah,
doing
it does.
good. They think, oh,
Mhm.
something definitely is going on. Not realizing, no, these are just people. We all get along. We all get our work done. We knock it out. And there's no favoritism going on,
No, we're
or
just
they
doing it.
think that you're working harder for them because they're black than they worked for you because you're white. And it just could be your style. It has nothing to do with maybe it's your supervisory style that is not aligning with people or certain people, and they can relate to other people. But I noticed that too, Lady Couture. Let it be like a lot of black people on the team and the team is doing well and excelling. Oh, they think something's going on. They think something's going on. They see you guys might be sitting there laughing, chit-chatting about something. They think something is going on. It's like, come on. Little do they know Little do they know, I'll say it like this. Little do they know, most of the time, y'all have had a talk like, okay, we like to mess around, but look, when we got to get this work done and we got to get
Yeah,
it
we
done
gotta
right
get
because
it
they're
done.
watching. They don't know because
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna go and say it. Us black, we will, especially when we get along, we will talk to each other and say, okay,
Now
they
too.
they looking at it. Y'all know they looking at us, so let's make sure
Mhm.
we on point with all this and knock it out the box. But what can you say? It's done.
And it is all about how you speak to people, Miss Bab. She said, "Ooh, Pat, did the wrong one." She said, "Did I put the right one?" Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they sure do think that it's all about how you speak to people. Respect is key. And it is how you speak to people because my whole thing is it's a difference from it's what you said. No, sorry. Sorry. It's not what you say, it's how you say it to me. Like you could be like, what to me? Can I be like, hold up, what? Like, huh? What? Like, why you saying what? But if you come and say, what did you say to me? Cause then it will be different. But yeah, don't talk to me like you above me because I won't even answer you. I will ignore you. I
Oh
think
yes,
any of your supervisors
this right
way
here.
before.
Venus says, "Oh, what did you just put a comment up?"
Huh? No.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Venus says they hate seeing us laughing together and stuff. It scares them. It really does. And why?
Maybe it's the volume sometimes because we would think that we're just giggling, but the whole time we're falling out in the office all loud. I know before COVID that was our biggest complaint in my department. They like, okay, guys, you too loud, you so we had to calm it down because then they just put more work on us. Like, well, evidently they ain't getting enough of this, so let's give them this.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said. I agree. And if it continues, you will get back what you give. So I don't know.
That is
I
so
just
true.
really think. Oh, Gold Digger says, let's see. Gold Digger says, little do they know we are smart, we are brilliant, we are women of integrity, and we get hired to do a job that we're good at. 100%. We get the job done with excellence. Right. Just deal with it. Just deal with it. Because you're only going to see more of it. And now, as we end the show tonight, let's talk about this real quick. Some people don't even like having a black female boss. What y'all think they're going to do with a black female president?
Man, I'm trying, and you know what? And it's mostly men that's like bashing her. If I mean, if you really like, you do
Oh,
see women,
yeah.
but it ain't that
And
many.
I
There's a
definitely let me
lot of
see if I
men,
can find that.
and then they don't like female supervisors. Like I said, I was a female supervisor, and all my problems came from older men. Older black men at that. They did not want me to tell them what to do. Oh, you're only 22. Oh no, you don't know this, you don't know that. And some of them wasn't even from the country of United States. They was out of the country. You know what I mean? So I'm like, sir, I'm just doing my job. Like, I can't help that I'm 21 and you're 60 and you have to sit post. And sorry, like I can't help that. But yeah, that was my biggest thing. It wasn't about the
Hmm.
race, it was about the different sex. Cause men is weird when it comes down to, female bosses. I don't know why.
Yes. No, they don't. I actually, my best friend, um, she's very high up in the government, in New Jersey. And man, she had a lot done to her by a black man. By
Mm-hmm.
a black man.
Mm-hmm.
Because he felt like he should have got the job that she got.
And it's
And
always like that.
yep, like literally there's a lawsuit going on right now.
Mm. And I hope she won.
Oh yeah, it's really he's suing, um the agency and things like that, but it's like he got the job. He did a lot of unscrupulous things, trying to dig into her work history and everything. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you were going to find, but that she's overly qualified. You weren't going to find anything. She was overly qualified. Come on. You know?
Yes,
So
Venus is
yes.
21 actually.
Oh my goodness. I hate that for you. Katina said, yes, Candy, I went through that because I was a woman and black. And yeah, and people don't
Mhm.
want to take it. And it's like, y'all don't even understand the things that even when you get in supervisory positions and things like that and escalate, whatever your job is, the obstacles that you have. So it's like, honestly, think about that in the struggle to get to that position. And then, yes, you don't want somebody coming in that just because they're the same race as you, jeopardizing what you've worked hard for. So sometimes I think maybe that might come across as standoffish, but I will bet you probably 99% of the time they've had an experience where they tried to be, quote unquote cool with somebody, and it just didn't work out. So they probably had to switch the way that they were doing things. Usually that's what ends up happening. You try to be nice, and then when you find, okay, like this is not working, you want to be everybody's friend, you want everybody to be cool with you and things like
That's
that.
where it
But
goes
when
wrong.
you see that no, this is not going to work out this way, you got to switch. You have to. Okay. So let's see. Bab said, I had a white supervisor who was racist, and I told her I was going to get her fired and do a lawsuit. She laughed, but I had the last laugh all the way to the bank. I won. She was fired, and I was laughing. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we have to give each other some grace in each situation. So if you're an older black woman and you see a young black woman coming in new to the job, of course you definitely want to be someone that she can look up to, and of course if they reach out to you, because sometimes they may not be looking at you like they want to be like you. I don't know about these newfangled young folks. I don't know, but but be respectful towards one another regardless of age. Everybody's there to do a job. I know that I would always be welcoming, supportive. Okay, reach out to me if you need me, but that doesn't mean that you're going to bypass everything and just come to me for everything. Yes. So, okay. MEP's all business. MEP said, I had a few of the black women supervisors that I had liked to gossip, instant turn off, just work and keep it moving. Tita said they get big headed with positions and rude. Yep. And the thing of it is, this happens with all of them, y'all. All races, this happens. So let's not put it all on that, because this happens a lot, you guys. So
Yeah,
just
that's what
be,
I was saying.
yeah, at the end of the day. Okay, we have any last words going out today?
Because black women gossip, but also white women gossip even more.
Gossip even
All
more.
the
Yeah,
time. They
everybody
gossip
does.
even more.
Everybody does. It even be the
Y'all
men
will
at the
be
job. Black
shocked.
men, white men, all of them.
Yes, you will be
Everybody's talking.
shocked.
And it's just like, let me just come and do my time and go home. Shoot.
Do my
At
eight and skate.
you're right. At the end of
That's
the
my
day.
favorite thing. I got that on my cubicle. Do your eight and skate.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you guys. So it has been a good show. Thank you for all your feedback. We will see you here same time tomorrow. And look, we're going to have our lesson 2. And see you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna try to think. It's kind of been a couple days, all week of heavy. I might have to think of something light for us to talk about tomorrow, light and fun. So let me know if you got any suggestions. Put them in. Send them to me. And Coco, you coming in at the
Hey,
last minute? We getting out
Coco.
of here, girl. Hey, Coco. I hope you got in safe and you and Riley got to relax and everything. Cause yeah, that was a lot yesterday, Coco. Okay, ladies, we'll see you tomorrow, 9:30 Central Standard Time. And yes, you finally made it home, girl. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Jesus. I'm so happy you and Riley is home.
Okay. Oh, before we get out of here, let's give some shout outs. Now, y'all, I missed it tonight because I overslept, but Voracious One has on Wednesdays, she does Bible studies. So, and on Sundays, we have Sunday service. Tamika, we twitching tonight?
Yes, I want to Twitch the new movie that just came out on BT Plus. It's called Young Free. I want to see this movie. I don't know what the movie is about. Didn't see the preview. I just heard people talking about it, in these YouTube streets. So
Okay,
yeah,
looking forward to it. I will be
I'm only
there.
playing
What
one
time?
movie. That's it.
What
Sugar,
time?
you know our time. Once you in, I come right on. Tag you
Okay.
in.
Okay. All right. So you guys, there are so many places to go. So let me give some more little quick shout outs. So I told you
Tina
guys
said
about
view her
Voracious One,
video.
Twitching
She
with
did it.
Heavy, Coco Drips, dropped a new video, so check out Coco Drips and any other
Yes,
time
video.
as well. Gigi Gangsta Granny has some put some content out today. You guys
Yes.
check her out. She has great commentary. Love her opinions, and
And your
so get on
page
over
looks
there.
nice, Gangsta Granny. I see that you've revamped your page, organized it, I should say.
Okay, so yeah, so check everybody out. Who am I missing to shout out?
Tita.
Coco,
Tita said something
Tita,
about she
and
had
Tita has
have
a
a
video
video.
too that I just noticed while we've been on the show, so I have to go over there and watch her commentary about Sonia Massey. So you guys check out Tita as well. If you guys are in here, put your links in there. You're more than welcome. Voracious. Okay, let me tell you guys something about this. So Voracious one, I'm laughing. Voracious one. Voracious one
What?
said. Voracious said, "Oh yes, Candy, can you take Let Me Be off the roster?"
Yes, please.
I think you know what? I barely noticed it today, you guys. I barely did notice today. But let me tell you, I do run the Twitch and play things during the day. So if you guys are bored, nothing to do, you guys can always come through the Twitch. It's always going during the day for like minimum 8, like literally 8 hours. I started even
Yeah.
before I go to work. I do it the whole time that I'm at work. But let me tell you guys, and I do apologize. Half the time when I put it over, I put it on and literally it just plays because I'm working, right? The only time I actually like, if it's slow or something, I may have time to look over at the laptop and I'll see, oh, okay, let me switch it or up. What? And really, I don't switch it. I just update. If it's a new movie, then what I started with, I update the title so people looking know what's playing. But I am not, I'm there in spirit, but I'm not really there. So Let Me Be must have been playing a whole lot for Voracious
Back
to
to
remind me that.
back, back to back. And
So
look, I
I
tried
don't
to
know.
switch it. I was like, okay, let me try to do it. And then I was like, oh, it's running real slow because she got hers still playing in the back. I'm like, oh, we just gonna have to deal with Let Me Be. But we got sick and tired of Monica.
No, but if you're there, you know you can always just turn it off. I told you just to turn mine off and stop sharing, and then you can share whatever. But I will try to look over a little more often. I don't know how I can get that.
Voracious said for playing for 2
Now
weeks.
you trying to clown Voracious. Well, I know that thing ain't been out playing no 2 weeks. Come on now. Voracious.
This the second week. Let's just say this is the second week.
And we watched it with you, so that probably added on to it.
Yeah,
Thank you
it
for the
did.
super sticker, Gold Digger. I appreciate you.
Thank you,
so much.
Gold.
I think that's what added to it is that you played it and we watched it, and then it seems like it's coming on more and more. I'm gonna see how I can take it off the
I said
roster.
this must be Candy's favorite movie.
And you know what? It's so funny, y'all. I like going to Tubi because since I am playing it when I'm working, it'll just autoplay. It'll autoplay. I don't know how to get it to not put that into rotation. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna look into it. Thank you for the super sticker, Tamika.
You
So I'm gonna see how I can cut that out. I'm gonna see how I can cut it out. I'm gonna do my best. Look, Voracious one, you really tried to clown me today. Been playing for 2 weeks.
This the second week. That's
That's
why when
funny.
you suggested it to me, I'm like, oh, we just watched that about 3 times. But hey, we can watch it again because I know you was at work.
Oh
And
my
I wasn't really
goodness.
paying attention, so that was good. So yeah. Okay, we all heading over to Twitch.
Okay, let's get over to Twitch, you guys. It's been fun. See you tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.
Bye.